Well, hi everyone, Steve Patterson here from PhotoshopEssentials.com. In this video, I'll show you how to create a watercolor painting effect using smart filters and layer blend modes in Photoshop. I'll be using Photoshop CC, but everything is fully compatible with Photoshop CS6. Thanks for joining me, and let's get started. Here's the image I'll be using. I downloaded this one from Adobe Stock. If we look in the Layers panel, we see the image sitting on the background layer. Let's make a copy of the background layer by clicking on it and dragging it down onto the new layer icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. Release your mouse button, and Photoshop adds a copy of the layer named Background Copy above the original. Next, let's convert this layer into a smart object. That way, any filters we apply to it will be applied as smart filters, which keeps them non-destructive and fully editable. Click on the menu icon in the upper right corner of the Layers panel. Then choose Convert to Smart Object. It won't look like anything has happened to the image, but if we look at the layer's preview thumbnail, we now see a Smart Object icon in the lower right, telling us that the layer is now a smart object. We need to make a couple of copies of our smart object. Click on the smart object and drag it down onto the new layer icon. This adds our first copy, named Background Copy 2. Click on this copy and drag it down onto the new layer icon as well. Another copy, named Background Copy 3, appears above the others. We now have 3 smart objects, plus the original image on the background layer. Well, let's rename our smart objects. We'll name them based on the filter we'll be applying to each one. We'll start with the one on the top. Double-click on the name Background Copy 3 to highlight it. Then enter Median as the new name. Press the Tab key on your keyboard to drop down and highlight the name of the smart object below it. Enter Dry Brush for its name. Press the Tab key again to drop down and highlight the name of the original smart object and change its name to Cutout. When you're done, press Enter on a Windows PC or Return on a Mac. We don't need the top 2 smart objects just yet, so let's hide them by clicking on their visibility icons. The first filter we'll apply is Cutout. It's found in Photoshop's Filter Gallery. Make sure the Cutout smart object is selected. Then go up to the Filter menu in the menu bar and choose Filter Gallery. This opens the filter gallery with a large preview area on the left, a filter selection area beside it, and a column for the filter options along the right. If you can't see your entire image in the preview area, on a Windows PC, press Ctrl-0 on your keyboard. On a Mac, press Command-0. This will jump the image to the Fit on Screen view. The filters in the filter gallery are organized into categories. Open the Artistic category at the top if it's not open already. Then choose the Cutout filter by clicking on its thumbnail. In the Cutout options on the right, set the number of levels to 4, Edge Simplicity also to 4, and Edge Fidelity to 2. Then click OK to close the filter gallery. Back in the Layers panel, change the blend mode of the Cutout smart object from Normal to Luminosity. Well, this blends only the brightness values of the smart object, allowing the colors from the original image on the background layer to show through. Next, click on the Dry Brush smart object in the Layers panel to select it. Then turn it on by clicking its visibility icon. To add more detail to our watercolor painting effect, we'll use Photoshop's Dry Brush filter, which is also found in the Filter Gallery. Go back up to the Filter menu in the menu bar, and since the Filter Gallery was the last item we chose from the menu, you'll find it at the top of the list. Again, if you can't see your entire image in the preview area, press Ctrl-0 on a Windows PC or Command-0 on a Mac to fit the image on the screen. Then choose the Dry Brush filter from the Artistic category by clicking on its thumbnail. In the Dry Brush options, set the brush size to 10, the brush detail also to 10, and the texture value to 3. Then click OK. In the Layers panel, change the blend mode of the dry brush smart object from normal to screen. The screen blend mode brightens the overall effect. If you find that screen makes your image look too bright, try the lighten blend mode instead. You'll lose much of the brightening, but you'll gain detail. Choose the blend mode that works best with your image. In my case, I'll change it back to screen. The third filter we'll use is median. Click on the median smart object to select it. Then turn it on by clicking its visibility icon. Unlike the other two filters, the median filter is not found in the filter gallery. Instead, go up to the Filter menu, choose Noise, and then choose Median. The median filter removes detail without losing the edges of objects. Set the radius value to 12 pixels, and then click OK. Finally, back in the Layers panel, change the blend mode of the median smart object from normal to soft light. And with that, the watercolor painting effect is done. Well, even though we've completed the effect, we can still go back at this point and experiment with any of the filter settings to see if we can fine-tune the results for our image. If we look below each smart object in the Layers panel, we see the filter we used listed as a smart filter. We can reopen any of the filters and try different settings by double-clicking on the filter's name. Notice that the Cutout and Dry Brush filters are both listed as Filter Gallery. But if I double-click on one of them, say the one for the Cutout Smart Object, we see that Photoshop reopens the filter gallery to the cutout options. And here I can try out different settings. I'll increase the number of levels from 4 all the way up to 8, just to see what that looks like. Then I'll click OK to close the filter gallery. And here we see that my image is now showing much more detail in the background. If you don't like the result, you can just double-click on the same filter again to reopen it. Or you can undo your change by going up to the Edit menu in the menu bar and choosing Undo Edit Filter Effect. This returns me to my original result. And there we have it. That's how to create a watercolor painting effect using smart filters and layer blend modes in Photoshop. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe for more videos. Check out our website, photoshopessentials.com, where you'll find hundreds of tutorials covering Photoshop basics, image editing, photo effects, and more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm Steve Patterson from photoshopessentials.com.